Hi and welcome to another video to help you stay healthy effortlessly. It is Eid-ul Adha time. Muslims across the world are celebrating Eid, and the part of the Eid celebration is the consumption of meat. This video is giving you 3 guidelines which will help you avoid the meat eating mistakes to make sure that the Eid is much healthier, much more nutritious by avoiding the mistakes and following these guidelines. Because if you don't follow these guidelines, or if you are making the mistakes, then after you finish the festival, after you consume the meat, then the outcome is not helpful. It is unhealthy for the body. It damages overall health. It can even damage your gut health, your insulin resistance, your hormonal health, and it can even lead to weight gain if you don't take care of these simple guidelines. So what are these? Let's quickly understand. The first one is making sure that you are consuming fresh meat as much as possible. Now during the each time, there is a lot of people have excess of meat and they want to store the meat and they want to consume the meat over a period of time. Now storing it for 5 to 6 days or a week may be good enough, but if you land up storing for more than a month or even more than that, then it is unhealthy. The meat becomes less nutritious. There are studies which has been clearly mentioning that if you are storing the meat and freezing it for the longer period of time, the nutritious value of the meat decreases. Not just that, the entire composition also starts changing. The flavors and the aroma and the texture of the meat also changes if you store it for the longer period of time. So if you really want to enjoy the meat with good flavor, with good texture, and beyond that, if you want more nutrition from the meat, then make sure you consume the meat as much as fresh as possible and avoid storing it for the longer period of time. Now the question is, what if I have the excess meat? What do I do? And the solution for that is not storing it, but sharing the excess meat. In the previous video, if you have seen, I have mentioned about the importance of feeding as an act which helps you stay healthy effortlessly. So if you have excess of meat, either it could be raw meat, you can distribute it to people who don't have, people who are underprivileged, or you can cook excess and share it with other people who don't have the capacity to have the meat. So this act of sharing and feeding people will make your Eid much more healthier. The value of the Eid increases if you feed people and not just focus on eating. So along with the right eating the fresh meat, also make sure you feed the extra or excess meat to other people and take the benefit of that as well. The second guideline is making sure trying to cook the meat with the bone as much as possible. Eating boneless once in a while is okay, but when you cook the meat with the bone, you complete the nutrition value of the entire meat. Bone has a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals which you lack if you just land up only eating the boneless. Apart from that, bone also contains glucosamine, which is very powerful element for the joint health as well. So if you are cooking, preferably try to cook it with the bone. Now if you have to cook boneless, or if you are making some boneless food dishes, then what you can do is you can take the bone and you can make the bone broth or the bone soup, and you can combine that soup with your boneless meal. So that way it will give you the complete nutrition and that will help you gain the maximum benefit out of the meat. Now the third and the most important guideline, and this is where a lot of people make mistake, and when you make this mistake, the fresh meat or the bone broth or the nutrition from the meat does not help. In fact, it lands up harming your health. And this mistake is, or the guideline is, to make sure you do not overeat and you focus on eating mindfully. It is each time, festival time, a lot of flavorsome dishes will be cooked at your place or at your friend's place, and when you gather, you completely forget that the food is there to kill the hunger and not try to fill the stomach with the excess food. It could be a favorite dish, it could be a flavorsome dish. You have to make sure that you do not overeat. The difference between the medicine and the poison is the dose. The moment you land up overeating anything, it is not just about meat. The moment you land up overeating any food, then that food becomes unhealthy and poisonous for your body. So make sure you do not overeat. And how can you do that? You can do that by eating mindfully. So when you sit to eat, make sure you are at peace, you are not into any discussions, you are not eating for pleasure, you are focused on eating, you are thankful for the food that you have, you are at peace, and you are chewing your food properly till it becomes a semi-solid paste in your mouth. Because meat, if you don't chew it properly, it becomes difficult for the body to get digested. Now if you overeat the meat, it will create digestive issues, it can lead to hormonal imbalance and other issues, including weight gain as well. So along with eating fresh, cooking with bone, you have to remember that not just this Eid, these guidelines are not just for Eid, but throughout your lifetime, that when you are eating, make sure you do not overeat, because there is no nutrition guideline, or there is no healthy food for a person who overeats. So stop overeating, start eating your food peacefully, mindfully, enjoy the Eid, share it with other people, which will make the entire feeling of Eid much more happier and much more healthier. I hope these guidelines help you avoid these mistakes, which will help your body stay healthy effortlessly, not just Eid but throughout your lifetime as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, or if you find it insightful, please let me know in the comments. Like the video, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, share it with your friends and family who might be making this mistake, and these guidelines can be helpful to them as well. Once again, thank you so much. Wishing all of you a very happy Eid Mubarak, and I'll see you soon in the next video.